Mindset is everything. 3 must-have tips to balance your success. I'm Noelle Randall, real estate millionaire, entrepreneur, author, speaker, and so much more. And in this interview-style episode, we are meeting with Amy Walker of Amy Walker Consulting. She is an absolutely amazing business coach and entrepreneur, and again, so much more. We're going to be talking today about how mindset is everything, the mindset that you need to have, the things that you need to be doing, and even the action you need to be taking. Let's go.
Noelle. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
I am so excited. We are here with Amy Walker of Amy Walker Consulting. We are just going to get right into it. Amy, you are an absolute gem when it comes to helping business owners, helping entrepreneurs grow their business, helping entrepreneurs scale their business. So again, we're going to just start right into it. I'm going to ask you a tough question. How exactly does an entrepreneur, a business owner, combine mindset, skill set, and action to achieve success in their business? Tell us how one does that.
Well, that's kind of the magic formula, because if you just have skills and you're just working really hard, you have to overexert and force the effort to come together. The mindset is the piece that kind of attracts it in. But if you've just got mindset and skill set and you're not doing enough action, you're still going to be disappointed because the results don't come. So it really takes all three. So a lot of people do this in different ways, but I start off the day with my mindset moments. So every day, beginning of the day, I am focusing on making sure that my energy is high, my attitude is great, I'm feeling clear, I'm not waking up feeling stressed about my to-do list. And then I'm consistently investing in and working on building my skill set and making sure that I'm sharpening my skills and always learning something new. And then I just have to make sure that I'm actually putting in enough time. And it's a beautiful recipe because I don't have to overwork and I can still create really great, really consistent results. And I just feel like a lot of entrepreneurs, they're overworking or they're underworking or something's just not quite clicking because they're missing one of the three. And that sweet spot where they overlap is just magical.
I love it. I love it. So again, as someone that used to work in corporate America and then transitioned from corporate America to being an entrepreneur, I know the value of a business coach. And I also know the value of those 3 things. So let's kind of break those down. Like we said, we have mindset, we have skill set, and we have action. So obviously each morning we need to start with getting our mindset in the right place. And you kind of said that. Tell us, give us some specific things, because we're going to go through each one of those things. So we'll go through specific things that we do to get our mindset in the right place to be a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah. So you and I both have, we're both members of the Big Family Club. So for me, that looks like getting up before the 5 kids are up and buzzing in my ear, right? So getting up early, having some me time. I love to journal. I love going to bed with a question in my mind, like how can I create consistent 6K months with ease and grace? And then waking up in the morning and listening to the inspiration that flows. I love listening to great inspiring music or something that just like pumps me up and gets me in my flow. Whatever that looks like for you. For me, I'm a very introspective person. And so journaling is great. Spending time in meditation and prayer is great. Visualization is great. I have my positive declarations, but I feel like before I have to go into the battle that is sometimes life and entrepreneurship, I need to make sure that I'm strong and that I'm at my best and that I feel ready for the day. The days when I jump up and get right into my to-do list are the worst days. They're so unproductive. And they're not fulfilling, and it's like stress throughout the whole day. So I always tell my clients that you have a certain amount of capacity and it's taken up by your emotional burdens and your actual responsibilities. I want to remove the emotional burden around the responsibilities so I can just dig in and do the things I need to do. I feel like we're very strong, capable people if we'll give ourselves a context to be successful.
Yeah, I agree. I agree so much. So these are things that I say all of the time. So just to kind of iterate and why I think you are a successful business coach and why I've had some success in business is because I follow, what business coaches like you have taught me about the mindset and getting up early in the morning. And like you said, you killed it with getting up before the kids. Like I'm always up before all of my kids every single morning. And that has allowed me to do things for my business, for myself, for my mind before I have to start interacting with these little total human. So I love it. That's a great way, a great advice, especially for us mompreneurs, that have kids. So the second one that you talked about that is so big and we really have to get into, because I think this is the one most people focus on, but the number one is mindset, people. Just know that number one is that mindset stuff, the journaling, the meditation, the yoga, getting yourself and doing your inner work is really number one. But the second one is the thing everyone focuses on. So let's kind of get into that. We're going to go into skill set. Talk about some great skills and ways that people can get the skill set that they need to be a successful, 6-figure-a-month type of entrepreneur that we are and that we coach to.
Well, obviously, you've got to be a lifelong learner and be invested in your education on a regular basis. I remember early on as an entrepreneur, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go to this conference, or I just signed up with a new coach. And my husband would be like, haven't you already done that? It's like, that is not the way this game works. LeBron James does not go, oh yeah, I already went to practice, right?
Exactly,
Did that.
exactly.
Practice is done.
Right. I had a train, or LeBron James, like, no, I had a trainer when I was in high school. I don't need a personal trainer now that I'm in the NBA.
Right. It would never work that way. And
Never
so
work that way.
it's embracing being a lifelong learner and a really great student. So my specific areas of specialty that I focus on with clients is helping them with their organic lead generation. So we do generate more leads than anybody I know without having to pay for ads. And I'm a big believer that you just should not invest in ads until you've proven your sales process, because otherwise it's a great way to lose a lot of money and not understand why.
Yes.
And then also with helping them build the sales process and the conversion process. And here's why it's so important to be investing in your education, because most of the time when clients come to me, it's not that they don't have anything working. The whole thing's not broken. It's like they got this piece that's working and this piece that's working, but they're missing the piece that connects the two. And so they don't have flow from brand new, their marketing isn't leading to sales. It's just like we're doing a bunch, but we don't really know what's working. We don't really know what's not working. And so having yourself be in that constant space of learning new things, it's like you're able to see, oh, here's the piece that I'm missing. Let's just link these up. And then all of a sudden it magically starts working better. And it's so interesting because when you have leads and your leads are converting, you're pretty happy with business. And if you can fix those two things, I mean, I've had many clients go from like a couple $1,000s a month up into, 30 to 50,000 a month in sales and revenue and profits, because they just fixed the broken pieces and they had so many great things working for them. And I think sometimes entrepreneurs approach it like this. They're like, well, tried that, didn't work. Try the next one. Well, tried that didn't work. I guess I'll try the next one. And they keep reinventing and reproducing and restarting. And oh my gosh, it's exhausting. I'm like, you have got to be tired because you have built 10 businesses trying to launch this one.
Right. Okay, Amy. So like that is an amazing thing. And you're right. So entrepreneurs sometimes have these great things going on in their business and certain things are working. So give us some quick example. Let's give the audience some tidbits, because again, I know about generating leads for free and making a really good business without running any ads. You're looking at me. I created businesses that make millions of dollars per year and never run an ad, just organic traffic. So give us some quick tidbits from your years of experience and all of these great businesses that you've coached on how to get some free leads.
There are so many ways. And the first thing is believing that it's possible. So I like to focus on a balance between quick conversions and power builds. So your YouTube mega channel that you've built, that's a power build where in the beginning, you're like, all right, this isn't bringing in leads now, but I know that it will. And so you invested into that. So have one or two of those, whether it's a YouTube channel or it's a podcast, but something that will grow strength with time and the right strategy. But then you also need some quick conversions, places where you can go and get leads, you can bring them in, and they're going to convert within the next 90 days. So that would be things like find a group where your ideal clients are already hanging out and go and give a presentation to them, or put together an online conference where you find other people that are in your industry and together you all promote the event. You can bring in, if you were to find 5 to 7 experts in your field and all of you together get together on one day and you each train a segment, you each promote, you could bring in 400 leads in that one day. I mean, just think about that. You could do that once a month, 400 leads a month. How is that not going to support your business? You can use social media strategy where you're, and I say social media strategy because my pet peeve is when I ask people what they're doing for marketing, they're like, oh, I'm doing social media. I'm like, what are we talking about here? Like, are we just posting a bunch of stuff and, getting excited when all the likes come in? Are we actually converting them into leads and into sales? So if you're using a social media conversion strategy, you're matching up your content with opt-ins, and then you're following up with the opt-ins. And, and there's so many things that you can do. But one thing that is, can I just tell you my pet peeve?
Yes.
I'm about to get fired up right here.
Okay,
so,
let's do it.
You know that movie where the 6th Sense, where the kid sees dead people?
Yes.
My podcast co-host and I joke with each other that we see dead presidents because we are always like, oh my gosh, you're missing out on money.
That's a good one. I love it.
So we, with this, number one thing that drives me crazy is watching people collect leads and not proactively follow up with them. Now, you don't have to be the one to make all the phone calls. You can hire an appointment setter that is either commission only, or you can even hire them overseas for like $6 an hour. And then you can do all of that calling of the leads. But so many people right now are wanting these hands-off sales systems like, oh, I just run the leads. I built a landing page. I don't have to worry. I'm going to wait to collect my check. But here's the thing. There are people doing 7-figure funnels that are only making like $10,000 because it costs so much to feed that funnel. And I know that might be a slight exaggeration, but I've heard some stories.
Whoa, Amy Walker just gave us an amazing piece of information about getting leads for free. How do you generate leads for free without spending money on ads or Facebook or anything like that? How do you generate leads to your business for free? Well, I can tell you, it's really more so about putting out content. One of the ways that I've been able to generate hundreds of leads for my business and create millions of dollars for my business without a big following, without a lot of subscribers, without a lot of anything, was by putting out content that taught something for free. We all have information. We all are experts or knowledgeable in some area. And that is the information that we should be giving out for free so that people want to work with us, so that people want our product or our service. For example, if I am looking for people to coach in real estate, the one thing that I should do is give away free information about my coaching, about what I'm doing, and that will attract people to me that are willing to pay. I have to be willing to give it away for free. I have to be willing to put it out there and spend money putting it out there for free, and how it will come back to me will be with the leads. I don't necessarily need to spend money on ads or billboards or anything like that. I should be spending my time, my money, and my effort on giving away free content that gives value, and then those people that I've given value to, some of them will pay me and become my client or buy my product or my service. That is the easiest way to generate leads for your business, absolutely free, is by giving out free, valuable information, free, valuable content. Don't give out a bunch of free samples. Don't make videos for them for free. Don't give them your stuff, but give them the information that's valuable, that lets them know that they can work for you, and that is how you can get plenty of leads for your business absolutely free. Now let's get back to this interview. So let's get into this, Amy, because like I said, you are an expert in this. You've been coaching business owners. You've been taking people from small businesses to big businesses. So let's really go there for a second when we're talking about opt-ins, okay? So, because some people don't know what that means. So just to define an opt-in, we're saying like a landing page where someone just gives you their email in exchange for a thing. It could be a free checklist. It could be a free list. It could be a free call with you. You're getting their info in exchange for something. So we're saying opting in. They're opting into your list, or just straight up opting into getting your newsletter. But a better way to do it, sharing a big secret that me and Amy are just sharing with you absolutely free, is to give them something in exchange for their information. In order to get their email, give them a freebie. So now that we're there and you have these emails, let's talk about the power of this of an email list, of having leads and not following up with them, because you brought up the part about not following up with them, which is what most people do. But let's talk about how you turn those leads into hundreds of thousands of dollars
So I have always outperformed the stats that they say an email list should generate, because there's some
Me
crazy
too.
numbers where it's like, if you have this
It's like
many emails, it should
2%.
be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this much in sales. I'm like, no, no, no. But here's the hack that I do. I always ask for the phone number, but never require the phone number. And so when
Ooh.
I'm generating leads, I ask for name, email, phone number. Email and name are required. Phone number is not. Guess what? 75% of the people, they give me their phone numbers. And so
I
now I
know.
can actually have my team call and follow up with them. Again, I don't have to be the one. And I hear this all the time from people. I'm mind reading right now. Some of you are like, yeah, that would be cool. I'll do that when I can afford to. You guys, you can find a commission only appointment setter who will call through your leads and you pay them as the deals close. That is
Yeah.
possible to do. So you can
Yeah.
afford it right now. And the first year that I hired setters, had one appointment setter. We did 110,000 in sales, just me and her. The
Yeah.
second year I hired, I had 4 appointment setters and I hired one other closer, and we quadrupled sales to 440,000. And it was all commission based. So I didn't have this big upfront cost. So if
Right.
you want to get your sales high and you want to get them high quickly, start generating leads, name, emails, phone numbers. Again, phone numbers aren't required, but 75% of the people will just give it to you. And then use that to reach out and build relationships and see how you can help and see how you can serve. And you will get so much more return out of your efforts if you'll run it that way. This is how I'm able to take clients from like a couple $1,000s, and in a couple months they're at like, oh my gosh, I just did my first 20K month. And a couple months after that, they're like, wow, I'm at 30 to 50,000. I never imagined I could be there. It's
Yeah.
because like we are milking every little bit out of that
Yeah.
list that we can. We're not just letting
Yeah.
it sit there and go to waste.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, so this is a great point, because again, you are amazing. And so you're right. Absolutely. So just to summarize what you said, so absolutely monetizing every single lead. So let's take that a step further, because you gave a great tidbit there with the phone number. And I'm definitely going to be implementing that one. We've been doing on some of our funnels. But another one that you talked about that is absolutely amazing is having different offers, maybe for all different types of leads, so you can monetize them in different ways. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, and how you can scale your business by because all of those leads start to give you information. So I want you to kind of speak to that, because I know you're an expert on this, like how your leads help you actually grow your business by helping you create new offers for them.
I like to, one of my core values is the simplest answer is always the best answer. And
Yeah.
I will give you an example of how I help my clients do this. So I just had a client come to me that we're helping her build her sales team. And she came to me with her offer stack, and she has about, no joke, 40 different offers.
Oh, too many.
And so
Yeah.
I feel like there's kind of one side of the scale or the other where people
Yeah.
love to create. So they're like, create a new product, create a new product, create a new product, create a
Yeah.
new product. And
No.
then is just too much. Or the other side is they're like, I have one thing and you will buy this one thing and everybody must want my one thing. I recommend that you create an offer stack. So 3 is phenomenal. If you have your core high-end offer that you want to sell all the time, day in, day out, maybe, and I would recommend that you try to shoot for something that's like a $5,000 to $10,000 offer. And then after that, what we would want to do is we would want to look at a downsell, because not everyone is going to be a fit for that. So now we have to say, okay, well, what is my downsell for the ones who are not ready? And then we also want an upsell for the ones who want more. And when you have just 3 levels of offers, you can create a really lucrative business, because there's something for almost everyone, but
Yeah.
not everyone. And it's okay that some of your leads are unqualified, and they're not, either they're unqualified because you don't want them, or they're unqualified because you're not what they're looking for, but they're just not a qualified lead for you. We don't have to spend our time trying to convert them, because there are plenty of people coming in that are the perfect ideal client for us.
I agree. I agree so much. And that's one of the things that I think you as a business coach will speak to, that my business coach, my first true business coach, really helped me with clarity of who I wanted to work with, who my ideal customer was, who my ideal client was. So that's just another great benefit of a business coach or someone that is successful in business coaching and teaching you. And again, you don't have to necessarily pay for that to learn that. Me and Amy are teaching you that for free. So that's an amazing thing. So, okay, let's get to this last thing, Amy, because I'd be remiss. We talked about mindset. We talked about skill set. Now let's just talk a little bit about action. action? What are some of the actions that entrepreneurs should be doing each day to grow their business month over month?
So I want to preface this with, here's what I know to be true about action. It doesn't take as much action as you fear that it will, but it always takes more action than you want it to. So it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer whenever someone says, well, how many sales calls should I be making a day? Or how many leads do I need a month? It depends on your numbers. There's actually a formula that you can run. We have a spreadsheet that we use with our clients where they pop in their sales goal and they pop in their conversion numbers, and it tells them this is how many leads you need to have each month. This is how many sales conversations you need to schedule. This is how many you need to hold. This is how many will close. This is how you'll hit your goal. And so it's not like just do these 5 things every day. Or I'll hear business coaches that are like, just make 5 phone calls a day. I'm like, unless your sales goal requires 50, then you better be making 50 if you want to hit the sales goal. So it's very formulaic. And that's the thing that I love about business is sometimes as a new entrepreneur, you look at the successful people and it just seems so fancy and magical. Like, oh, she's so smart. Like that's how she got that. Or she's just so well connected. Or, like you make these stories and it's like, no, they're running numbers and they're feeding the front end enough in order for it to pop out the results that they're looking for in the back end. And there's nothing extraordinary or special or magical about a successful person that you don't have too, right?
No, you are killing it. That is the premise of my entire being, is that Noelle is not special. Noelle is not awesome. These are, even the things that I say, I'm just regurgitating things that I've heard and been told and been taught from people more successful than me, and that's all I'm doing. But there's nothing special about anything about me, period. I'm not that smart, I'm not that cute, I'm not that anything. I'm just someone that can learn these things, and you guys can too.
You are smart and you are cute and you are super special, but so are your followers, right? Like
that's
all
true.
these people are following you too. Like, yeah, you got it too. I mean,
right, I have all of it. Like, it's not like I control all of the YouTube, you know what I mean? People told me, even just YouTube, people don't come on YouTube. There's already people up there. And then I came up there and I get to be me and everybody gets to be them and their business. So I appreciate so much what you taught because you just said so many amazing things there, Amy.
Well, I just believe in the power of an entrepreneur with a strong business plan. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with that they come to me and I'm like, oh my gosh, you have this inspired idea. And I see the vision and it's amazing. And they don't know the step-by-step for how to build it yet, right?
Yeah.
But it's not forever. It's just in this moment. And I'm there in my business in different areas too. There's things that I'm trying to accomplish that I'm looking at it going, okay, I'm here. I want to be here. I don't know how to get there yet, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to learn. I'm going to find the person who can teach me. And I think that's really, the magical spot in your business is when you can intersect all 3 of these things. So get your mindset tight, make sure that you're working on the right skills. Because sometimes people are working on really great skills, but it's not the right skill for this season. Like maybe they're working on, building a master mega brand and they don't know how to close a deal, right? Like you got to have them in the right order and then make sure that you have the right amount of activity to produce the results that you want. And I promise you guys, business works. Every time I feel like my business isn't working, I can go look in. I'm like, oh, yep, it's right there. That's the one. And then I just go in, I work on that area and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, business works again. Amazing how that happens.
Whoa, Amy Walker just brought up another amazing point about action. But let me tell you one thing that's important about action. Action needs to be inspired action. So one of the things as an entrepreneur, we will just do things. We will do this thing and do that thing and do that thing. But more than anything, you should be taking inspired action. You should feel passionate about doing that thing. Of course, at all moments, you're not going to want to do everything. But if you do things that you are inspired to do in your business, like you feel inspired to make a video, you feel inspired to make a commercial, you feel inspired to write an ad, you feel inspired to call someone, do it. You have to start taking inspired action in your business. You don't want to just do a bunch of things that you don't want to do or do things that people told you to do. You want to start doing things that you feel inspired to do, because then you will do them with a different type of intention. You will do it like, okay, I just felt some reason I should be doing this. I felt some reason I should be calling you. And I'm telling you, when you do it that way, you will get a lot of money that way and you will grow your business. I am not one that's big on checklists or doing different things that people told me to do. I like taking inspired action in my business that I just felt inspired to do, and it has worked wonders for me, my business, and made millions of dollars. Okay, now let's get back to this interview. Okay, Amy, you are just a wealth of knowledge. So give me, what is your best advice for a new entrepreneur that's trying to take themselves to the next level? What's your best advice?
Master the art of consistently finding clients. And I find it takes 5 steps. You got to have the right marketing assets, meaning the messaging, the visuals. It needs to attract your ideal client. Then you've got to have visibility. People have to see it. You can have a beautiful website, and if nobody sees it, it's not going to work. And then number 3 is collect those leads. Get the names, get the emails, get the phone numbers. Number 4, go out there and build relationships and build a community with those people. And number 5, you got to then sell to them. So like actually open your mouth and say, hey, I got this great place. You want to come in? Want to hang out? What can we do together? So those 5 things will help you be able to create consistent flow of clients coming your way.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And more than that, loving it, I concur, especially with number 5. And I feel like most entrepreneurs struggle with number 5 so much because it's making an offer. And I feel like, and I'll take this one step, and this is me and you, and we're going to high five on this. You're doing someone a disservice if you bring them in and you show them all of what you can do for them and what you can do for their business or what you can do for their, with your product or your service, and then you don't offer to them to buy it. You gotta offer it to them. So that, I feel like most entrepreneurs would double their income if they made offers more.
Yeah, well, and isn't it frustrating to live in a world full of problems and engage every day with the people who have the solutions? And you're like, open your mouth and sell something so we can fix this.
Right.
I want a better world.
People would rather have the solution to their problem than the money or the thing that you exchange for your solution. So you are amazing, Amy. Tell people where and how they can reach you.
I would love for you to connect with me on my YouTube channel. I post content several times a week as well. It's Amy Walker Consulting. And in that channel, like if you guys come over and follow, I'm going to send my subscribers over to follow Noelle as well, because I think you've got such great value. And I would love to be able to help you dial in your marketing and your sales and really understand the intricacies of business in a way that's fun and easily accessible for everybody.
Yes, absolutely. You are an amazing consultant. Entrepreneurs, I am a big fan of anyone that has taken someone from unsuccessful to successful. So thank you so much, Amy Walker. This has been an amazing interview. Thank you so much for your time. Awesome. This was an amazing interview with Amy Walker. She taught us so much about mindset, about skill set, and about action. And if you want to meet me in person, I am having different events that I want to personally invite you to. Go to NoelleRandallEvents.com. That's Noelle, Noelle, Noelle Randall Events with an S.com. You can see a list and a calendar of all of my next upcoming events. You can meet me virtually or in person, depending on what type of event that I'm doing. And I'm going to give you amazing codes so you can get discount tickets. And I will put one of those codes on the screen right now. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle. To your success.